Hello friends, I'm Steve Sandford. You're watching Dominion Report. Today, we're talking about Mark Carney, his call with Trump a few weeks back, and some reports that came out today, probably tomorrow by the time you watch this. After talking with the US President in late March, Carney claimed that, in the call, Trump respected Canada's sovereignty. On Thursday, almost a month later and just 4 days before the Canadian election, reports in various news media outlets are accusing Carney of lying. According to two Radio-Canada sources, who claim to be familiar with the call, the issue of sovereignty was in fact raised. And Trump did try to share his opinion on the advantages of Canada becoming the 51st state. After release of the news story, the right-wing Canadian ecosystem spun itself into a frenzy, attacking Carney as a liar. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but this reporting, at least on its own, doesn't make Carney dishonest. There were two claims by the anonymous sources. Let's look at them both. The first is that the issue of Canada's sovereignty was, in fact, raised. I mean, of course it was. For Carney to ask Trump to agree to and respect Canada's sovereignty, that exact issue would have to be raised. The second is that Trump was trying to convince Carney that it would be advantageous for Canada to be the 51st state. Donald Trump can make that sales pitch while still agreeing in the call to respect the sovereignty of Canada. Now, if I'm wrong, you tell me. Put it right there in the comments. Tell me why this exact information provided by these sources makes Carney a liar. We know that Trump's public rhetoric on the 51st state stopped altogether after that call, at least for about 3 weeks. We also know that since that call, Trump has only referred to Carney as Prime Minister, whereas he referred to Justin Trudeau as Governor on dozens of occasions. Although the right-wing media has been calling Carney a liar on this topic, interestingly, Pierre Poilievre only touched lightly on it, and only after being asked, and he very quickly pivoted to a different talking point. I think that strategically, the Conservative Party of Canada probably wants to avoid any and all talk about Trump, about tariffs, about US annexation, or even invasion of Canada. That's because Mark Carney consistently polls higher for dealing with these issues. And one thing that we don't know yet, and I would sure like to, is who are the sources? Or at the very least, were they in on the call from the Canadian side or from the American side? I ask this because the timing of all of this seems a bit suspect. Now, there is no way in the world that Trump wouldn't prefer Poilievre to win. Now, that's not anything against Poilievre, but it's no secret that the Conservative Party of Canada platform is slightly closer to the US Republican platform than the Liberal parties. I'm not saying that this news story was planted by the Trump administration, but let's just say that if they wanted to sabotage the Liberal Party just before the election, it would probably look a lot like this. But what do you think? I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, send me an email. In the meantime, stay calm, stay strong, and elbows up.